How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And way back in 1984, Trauma Films released The Toxic Avenger. Toxic Avenger was decidedly not for kids, right? But The Toxic Avenger was also a bit of a cult classic. Still is, honestly. Takes a really weird, puts a really weird spin on the horror comedy angle, and it's incredibly popular. So much so that in a weird twist, in 1991 or so, we got a children's cartoon based on the Toxic Avenger called Toxic Crusaders. And this cartoon takes the main character, Melvin, and who's been turned into a hideously deformed creature with superhuman size and strength, given a motley crew of allies, a girlfriend named Yvonne, who, much like in the movie, is still blind, still kind of dumb. His mom is there, and we got a evil alien antagonist, Dr. Killamov. And the Toxic Avengers are all about saving the world and cleaning up the environment and all that. And yeah, it was supposed to market to kids, and it didn't work all that well. It wasn't super popular, but it was popular enough to get a video game. A video game on NES, Genesis, and Game Boy. Now, the NES and Game Boy versions of Toxic Crusaders were handled by Bandai. The Genesis version handled by Sega, and there was supposed to be a Super NES game, but it got canceled. But today, we're going to talk about the NES version, the NES port of Toxic Crusaders. Now, this game starts off with Toxie discovering that Yvonne and the other members of the Toxic Crusaders have been kidnapped by Dr. Killamov. And so Toxie goes on a quest to defeat Dr. Killamov's henchmen and rescue his friends, rescue his girlfriend, and then defeat the good bad doctor. And it's a standard beat 'em up, not a particularly good beat 'em up. It's just kind of here. Graphics are okay, but yeah, it's pretty blah if you ask me. There's nothing truly spectacular about this game. It's just typical drivel, licensed drivel. You start out with Toxie's mop, which is his sentient companion that he had from the movies and now in the cartoon, that is kind of weak in the beginning. You get hit, you lose your mop, you have to use your fists. But you can also strengthen the mop to throw projectiles and later to be used like a boomerang. Kinda some of the stuff that Toxie does in the cartoon with the mop. After each boss fight, you rescue one of your friends, for the most part. But again, this is just this game is about as generic as you can get. Also, you can get one of the Ninja Turtle games or one of the Double Dragon games for much cheaper than a copy of Toxic Crusaders. So, and those are better games in general. Double Dragon 3 it can be debated on, but yeah, this game ain't really worth the trouble. But, you know, collectors gonna collect, and if you really like Trauma, you're gonna buy Trauma stuff. So, here you go. If you want a copy of Toxic Crusaders, the absolute cheapest price for a loose cartridge I found was 90 bucks. On average, they run well over 100 bucks. I want to say on average I'm seeing copies going for like 160, 170, something like that. It's ridiculous because the quality of this game does not match up with the actual price of the game. Like this game should be going for like $3 and a 4-piece nuggets from like McDonald's or something. It's not a good game, and it's definitely not worth over 100 bucks for a loose cart. Do something else with your money. Just go get a repro. I don't care, but this ain't it. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, it seems no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't get a kaiju fight right on the NES.